Hello students, welcome to the online class. Today we will discuss the factors leading to the civil disobedience movement. Mahatma Gandhi gave the call for a civil disobedience movement in 1930. The civil disobedience movement was an attempt at paralyzing the administration by breaking some specific rules and regulations. Civil disobedience movement. First, Simon Commission. The Simon Commission was a group of 7 MPs from the Britain who was sent to India in 1928 to study constitutional reform and make recommendations to the government. The commission was originally named the Indian Statutory Commission. It came to be known as Simon Commission after its chairman, Sir John Simon. At the time of introducing the Montague-Chelmsford reform in 1919, the British government declared that a commission would be sent to India after 10 years to examine the effects and operations of the constitutional reforms and to suggest more reforms for India. In November 1927, the British government appointed the Simon Commission to report on India's constitutional progress for introducing constitutional reforms as promised. The commission was strongly opposed by many Indians. It was opposed by Nehru, Gandhi, Jinnah, Pakistan, the Muslim League, and the Indian National Congress because it contained some 7 members of the British Parliament, but no Indians. Indians saw it as a violation to their right of self-determination, their self-respect. However, supported by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Periyar E.V. Ramaswamy, prominent Indian nationalists, Lala Rajpat Rai led a protest in Lahore. He suffered a police beating during the protest and died of his injuries on 17 November around 1928. Dr. Periyar E.V. Ramaswamy sent the welcome message to Simon Commission. Members of the Simon Commission. Sir John Simon, MP, that is Member of Parliament for Stephen Valley, name of the place, and Chairman. Clement Attlee, Member of Parliament in British, for Limehouse from the Labour Party. Means that is he elected from the Limehouse, from the Labour Party. Harry Levy Lawson, 1st Viscount Burman. Edward Cadogan, Member of Parliament for Finchley, Conservative Party. Vernon Hudson, Member of Parliament for Ogmore, Labour Party. George Lane Fox, Member of Parliament for Barkstone Arts, Conservative Party. Donald Howard, 3rd Baron, Strathcona and Mount Royal. John Simon is Clement Attlee, Member of Parliament for Limehouse Labour Party. Is Harry Levy Lawson, Stone, Member of Parliament, Ogmore, Labour Party. Is George Lane Fox, Member of Parliament for Barkstone Arts, Conservative Party member. Is Donald Howard. They are the members of the Simon Commission. Then recommendations of the Simon Commission. First, diarchy should be abolished and there should be complete autonomy in the province, including the Department of Law and Order. But the governor should be given overriding powers in certain matters like the internal security. Secondly, provincial legislative councils should be enlarged. Thirdly, federal government at the center should not only British India but also the princely states. Fourthly, the Governor General should select and appoint members of the cabinet. And British officers should stay on in Indian regiments for many more years. Courts should be under the administrative control of the Government of India. The communal representation was to continue. Then Nehru Report 1928 under the chairmanship of Motilal Nehru. The Nehru Committee completed its task. Its report, commonly known as Nehru Report, was presented in August 1928 to counter the charges that Indians find a constitutional consensus among themselves. This report advocated that India be given dominion status to complete internal self-government. The recommendations threaten Muslim interests are no separate electorates, no one-third seats for Muslims in Central Assembly, no reservation of seats for Muslims in Punjab and Bengal. In Hindu majority provinces, the Muslim may be given seats according to population. Sindh to be made a province if it can bear its expenses. Balochistan, northwest frontier provinces were accepted to be given constitutional status on certain conditions. Jinnah remarked, it parting of the West, he represented the. These points reflected the aspirations of every Muslim living in India. So Nehru report here given dominant status for India, that the Parliament of India should consist of a Senate elected for 7 years containing 200 members elected by the Provincial Council, and be the House of Representation with 500 elected for 5 years through adult franchise, joint electorate with reservation of seats for minorities except the Punjab and Bengal on population basis, and with the right to contest additional seats, creation of new province on linguistics basic, that is language basic. 19 fundamental rights including the right to vote, freedom from the arbitrary arrest, search and seizure, and freedom of conscience. Then Declaration of Purna Swaraj, it plays for Purna Swaraj. Declaration of Purna Swaraj. The Calcutta session of the Indian National Congress had seen an ultimatum to the British government to accept Nehru report by the to face a mass movement. The president of the Lahore session of Indian National Congress and made it a historic. The main objectives of the Congress would be Purna Swaraj. In 1929, Jawaharlal Nehru hoisted the tricolor flag at the. The main programs was preparation of civil disobedience movement, observation of January 26 as the Purna Swaraj Day all over the country, resignation of members from the legislatures. As per the Purna Swaraj resolution, the word Swaraj in the Congress constitution is complete independence or Purna Swaraj, which was set forth as the goal of the national movement. It withdrawal from all possible associations with the British government. It was decided to observe January 26 as the day of independence every year, which was to be read and solemnly taken while celebrating the day.